How I tricked a chess master into resigning. Now, my opponent, unfortunately for him, sat on these beads and they light up. Because here I can play the move. Bang! Right, so my opponent opened up with the move e4, and I should mention, in this game I was rated 17-18. My opponent, the National Master from Canada, Bullet Mercenary, was rated 21-67. After the move e4, I continued with the standard, you already know, the standard c6, the Caro-Kann, a favourite of some of the top chess players in the world, including Magnus Carlsen, Anatoly Karpov, and myself. So after c6, my opponent took the centre, d4. Continued with the pretty standard procedure here, d5, just battling for the centre, that's what you got to do. Here my opponent is posed with a multitude of choices. He can either play the advance, he can develop his knight, or he can play my least favourite one to play and take. So takes. And I did know a good repertoire, I think. Maybe I learnt a repertoire after this game for this. But in this game, I was pretty clueless. So anyway, we see the move knight f3. No, we don't. We see the move knight f3, like I said. Knight f6, bishop d3, and now knight c6. So as you see, I'm getting my knights into the game. Knights before bishops. Pretty principled, pretty standard. My opponent goes c3, just adding an extra array of defense to this pawn on d4. And now I whip out my bishop, dangle it in front of the horse's mouth, and say, you know what, you're pinned. And this knight can now no longer move to any square because it's getting pinned. So for that reason, my opponent played h3. I stepped back with the bishop. Took a step back, boys. Sometimes that's what you got to do. If you want to go forward, you got to go backwards. So I went bishop h5, my opponent castled, and now e6, just connecting the pawn chain. Pretty standard, bishop g5, bishop e7, just developing my own pieces, nothing crazy, knight b to d2, castles kingside, and here, after the move rook e1, now I played the move queen c7. Now queen c7, I'm connecting my rooks, and I pretty much just finished off my development here. I've got the bishops, two knights. So and as soon as you get your queen out into the game, that's pretty much the signal that you've developed your pieces. So I'm quite happy here, develop my pieces. I'm also playing against a National Master. There's about a 400 elo point difference there. Bit of quick maths. So, you know, I'm pretty excited. I'm going well. And now my opponent's plan here, by the way, is, you know what, he's got this knight here. And these knights aren't doing too much, are they? So he needs to get one of these knights to this square on e5. Now, how's he going to do that? The problem is he wants to do that, but my bishop is pinning him. And now he could go g4 and try break the pin, although that would probably just damage his position. So he's not going to do that. So instead he plays the move queen a4. The game's about to get good. Here I went a6. a6, and the plan was to go for b5, followed by b4, and go for what is known as the minority attack. Now, you may also find the minority attack on Twitter, normally when a very vocal, small group of individuals try and put their worldviews on everyone else, and if you don't agree with them, you're something, fill in the blank, phobic. So, even in chess, you know, everything reflects. So after a6, trying to go on with my minority attack. Maybe you've seen a couple, maybe you've been minority attacked. So after a6, going on with big plans. Anyway, my opponent continues with the plan I was going on before and goes knight e5. He brings his knight into the game. He says, you know what, I'm bringing this knight into the game. What are you going to do about it? He's bringing in Shirley. Shirley's called the knight in this one. So I go b5, bang. Continuing with the plan. Queen c2 now. And now in chess, maybe you've been playing chess for a while. Normally when this queen, and this is known as a battery. So, you know, the batteries that you've got lying around the house and your TV remote, the ones that never seem to die, in chess we got them as well. It's called a battery because this bishop is now supercharged, because at any moment's notice, my opponent is kind of threatening to take here, which removes the defender of this pawn, and then take here. So I've got some stuff going on. For that reason, I go bishop g6, trying to get my bishop back. And now here my opponent stuffs up and he goes f4. Now I invite you to pause the video here. Try pause the video and find the move I played here, which is a good move, which puts me up in a bit of material. So if you did find the move, congratulations. The move is knight d4. The knight sits on this d4 square. And now the reason why this works is because in the game Queen b1 was actually played. But in the occurrence of an exchange, let me quickly show you. Well, I can just win a pawn because I've got an x-ray here. When he takes back his queen, I'm up a pawn here. So after knight d4, my opponent went queen b1. I would bring my knight back because it's still under attack now. I'm not threatening anything. Knight c6, and here he went bishop g6. I went fg6, and now he bang his knight on e to f3. And after the move rook a to e8, I'm lining up a grandmaster level anal bead trap. Now, my opponent, unfortunately for him, sat on these beads, and they light up, because here I can play the move, bang! And after this, my opponent resigned because I set the trap here. He took the pawn, he took the bait, and after this he's got to move his king, and I win a full rook. I'm up a clean rook here, and to be honest, I probably still would have struggled being up a clean rook. So I'm quite lucky he did decide to resign. I mean, maybe I probably would have won this, to be fair. So anyway, that's well played to my opponent, Bullet Mercenary. Anyway, if you want to see more videos like this, like and subscribe. I've got a video right here I think you might enjoy. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a good day.